Hi, today I'd like to speak to you about common law marriage in Texas. At least twice a month I have clients that come into my office, and after I start speaking with them I realize these people don't even know if they're married. Some people will say, well, of course we're married. We've lived together for 7 years and we have 2 children together. How could we not be married? To this I reply, not necessarily. On the other side of the spectrum, I have people that come into my office and say, we only lived together for 7 months. We don't have any kids together. We're not married. To this I reply, well, not necessarily. The Texas Family Code Section 2.401, Proof of Informal Marriage, states, A. In a judicial, administrative, or other proceeding, the marriage of a man and woman may be proved by evidence that 1. A declaration of their marriage had been signed as provided by this subchapter, or 2. The man and woman agreed to be married, and after the agreement, they lived together in this state as husband and wife, and there represented to others that they were married. It is Section A2 that we need to concern ourselves with. If we break Section A2 down into its elements, we see that there are 3 of them. 1. There is an intent to be married. 2. The couple were living together in Texas with the intent to be married. And 3. The couple held themselves out as husband and wife while in Texas. The problem with the first element is, how do you know somebody's intent? Well, what Texas does is they infer the intent based on the second element, the living together in Texas, and the third element, holding themselves out as husband and wife. This means that it's really a 2-pronged test for common law marriage. So let's look at the second element. Notice how it doesn't give a specific time frame. It doesn't say that you have to have been living together for 10 years, or 5 years, a year, 6 months. It doesn't even say you have to be living together a month. It just says that you have to be living in Texas together with the intent to be married. It gives no time frame at all. Now, the longer the time frame that you were living together, the more intent it shows, but you could have intended to be married the day you moved in. The last element of common law marriage is the holding themselves out as husband and wife. Some people think that this means filing IRS taxes together, or putting a house in both their names. But the truth can sometimes be a little more subtle. The truth may be holding themselves out as husband and wife is something as simple as putting the Joneses on a mailbox. Or at a party, one of the couples saying, this is my husband, or this is my wife, and the other one not correcting them. If a proceeding in which a marriage is to be provided is provided by subsection A2, is not commenced before the second anniversary of the date of which the parties separated and ceased living together, it is rebuttably presumed that the parties did not enter into an agreement to be married. This means that if a couple separates, and after 2 years neither side has filed for a divorce, there's a presumption that you were never married. However, if one person can prove the elements 2 and 3, they can overcome this presumption. And here's the catch. In Texas, there's no such thing as common law divorce. If you are married either by a ceremony or by common law, you're considered married. There's no such thing as legal separation. You're married until you get the divorce. So perhaps you need to speak to a lawyer.